So you're thinking of moving to Switzerland? Here's what I wish somebody had told me before I moved here. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, you know how we do it. If you are new here, hello, my name is Ella. I moved to Switzerland 4 years ago. This channel is about my expat life in Switzerland. I moved to Switzerland 4 years ago for school and I decided to stay. So in this video, I will tell you about what I wish somebody had told me about Switzerland before coming here, or like the things I wish I had known before packing my bags and coming here. So you don't want to miss this. Sit down, grab some popcorn. I grab my bubble tea. Let's get into it. So the first thing you should always keep in mind is on Sundays, shops are closed. Supermarkets, boutiques, everything is closed. Like on Sundays, it's dead. Okay, it's literally dead. Everything is closed. My tip is to shop on Saturdays. If you work 9 to 5 or Monday to Friday, shop on Saturdays is better, or shop during the weekdays to avoid so much stress, because on Saturday it's packed, right? Because everybody knows that the next day on Sunday everything is closed. Number 2, this I need to drink. Cost of living. There is no amount of expression, or it's expensive, honey. It's like, I know you've heard Switzerland is expensive. Switzerland is expensive. Groceries, rent, eating outside, transportation, it's expensive. However, if you're a student or you frequently shop at a specific shop like Coop or Migros, then I advise you to get a membership card. So me, I have the Coop membership. I also have the Migros membership. So what this does for you is you get offers. Whenever you shop, you collect points, and the points turns into reductions. Like you get some percentage off later if you want to use it. It's literally like buying McDonald's or Burger King. You're building up your points and then later you can use them, right? And then transportation, I suggest that you get the Swiss half fare card. The half fare card is a subscription. That is a yearly subscription. So for me, if you're under 25, it's 100 francs for 1 year. And what this does is it literally gives you a half price for all the fares in Switzerland, right? So for example, if you don't have the half fare card, if you're going from here to Zurich, it's like 60 going and then 16 coming back, right? That is 120 Swiss francs. But if you have the half fare card, you will pay 60 francs only. This is a good deal. If you're already in Switzerland, get the half fare card. It's a lifesaver, okay? Switzerland being expensive on its own, I just think that if you live and you work here, it makes sense, right? So for example, if I live in Sweden and I work in Sweden, the cost of living and the amount that I'm earning makes sense, right? And that is the same in every country, and which applies to Switzerland too. So it is expensive for like international students and foreigners and, you know, young adults. But if you start working and you earn a decent pay, and I think the average pay for even an intern is like 2,000 Swiss francs. Yeah, and you can also earn around 2,500, and taxes are not that high compared to Sweden. Taxes, I think if you earn like an intern, if you earn 2,500, I think after taxes you can get like 2,200, which is not bad. And then you can get like a shared accommodation for like 600 or 700, and then the rest is on you. So So when I got here, one thing that I also noticed is how punctual everybody is. The trains, the boats, the people, everything is punctual. There is no African man time over here. Everybody is punctual. For example, if you are planning to take the public transport and it says that the train or the bus will be there at, let's say, 10:55, the bus or the train will get there 10:50 and will leave at 10:55. Bro, that's when I came up first. It really, bro, I went through some troubles because of this. Because normally, if it says it's getting there at 10:55, I assume that the train will be there at 10:55 and then leave later. But no, Switzerland is different. The train or the bus will arrive early and leave at that time. So if you see on the board that it will leave at 11 o'clock, you better be there 10 minutes or 5 minutes before. Otherwise, you miss it. And they don't wait for nobody. They don't wait for nobody. Okay, that is also one thing. Like, and sometimes people say, oh my god, the bus driver is rude. But no, they are punctual like that. And you have to adapt to the timetable. And with this, I will also advise you to download the SBB app. SBB app. If you're in Switzerland, transportation, SBB. You go on Google, Play Store or Apple Store, SBB. You're going to find it. And create an account or log in. All the information is there and it's so easy to use. There are three main languages in Switzerland. There is the Swiss French, Swiss German, and Italian, or French German Italian. Okay, and this depends on the region that you are in. So we have the French part, the Italian part, and the German part. Let me give you examples. So, if you live in Geneva, Lausanne, Montreux, you speak French. If you live in Basel, Zurich, Bern, you speak German. If you live in Lugano, Bellinzona, or Locarno, you speak Italian because that is the part closer to the Italian border, right? So be mindful of where you choose to study or live because that can also contribute to how well you feel wherever you live, okay? Swiss people take their language very, very seriously. If you come to the French part and you don't try to communicate in French, they'll look at you sideways because it's like, why are you living here if you don't want to learn our language, that type of thing. So when you get here, I would suggest you learning like the basic stuff like bonjour, bonsoir, merci, pardon, and like the basic stuff just to get by. And yeah, because going to another person's country, if you really want to live there, you have to show some interest and start learning the language, right? But yeah, in Zurich, or in the German speaking part, is more chill. Many people do speak English. The French part, they know how to speak English, but they're not going to speak it until you let them know that, Miss, Mademoiselle, I cannot speak French. So if you speak in English, they're going to reply to you in French. And you got to work with that because these people are very adamant on speaking their own language, okay? So the seventh thing that I wish I knew about Switzerland is health insurance. Yup. Listen, this thing is a huge deal in Switzerland to get a health insurance. That is not my problem. My problem is getting the health insurance, right? But if you go to the hospital, you gotta pay again. For example, I think the cheapest health insurance you can get is like 250 per month. That depends on your deductibles. Let me explain. So, when you are applying or when you are asking for a quote for a health insurance, they will ask you, do you frequently visit the doctor? If the answer is yes, then your deductible. Hey, what am I saying? Yeah, wait. If your answer is yes, then your deductibles are low, right? But if your answer is no, your deductibles are high. This means if you pay 250 per month, your deductibles is around like 2,500 Swiss francs, right? So if you go to the hospital and your, let's say, checkup is around 200 francs, you have to pay it yourself. If you go to the dentist and it's not up to 2,500 francs, you have to pay it yourself. So every doctor appointment or every dental visit or whatever hospital appointment you have, and you don't spend up to 2,500, you have to cover those bills yourself. And if your deductibles are low, your monthly health insurance bill is high, right? So then if you go to the hospital and your deductibles is like, let's say 500, if you go to the hospital and you spend 600, 500, the health insurance will pay that for you because that is your deductibles, right? But if you choose high deductibles and you pay low monthly expense health insurance, you cover your own bills. If you choose a low deductibles and you pay a high monthly insurance, the health insurance cover your bills for you. So I said this in my other video, but I'll say it again. Another thing that I didn't know would be hard in Switzerland is making friends. Me as a person, I'm very shy. I'm an introvert, so making friends already is hard for me. And Switzerland made it extra hard. Okay, so I would say put this at the back of your head. Don't think that if you're coming, for example, from Ghana, like it's very chill, everybody's like open and everything. Switzerland is not like that. Everybody is minding their business. Everybody is minding their business. So do not think you will make friends right off the bat. You could be lucky and you might find somebody, and trust me, Swiss friends last a very long time. You might even find Ghanaians or Nigerians, Americans, whatever country you're from, trust me, you will find it here. But it depends on where you live. Okay. I would advise that you involve yourself in activities, clubs, not clubs to go dance, but like poetry club, art class, baking class, activities like that, where you actually meet people. And this is a bonus. Thank you for making it this far. So I'm gonna give you this bonus. If you are coming to Switzerland, I think you should sign up on Eventbrite. I'll put it on the screen. Here, you can always check what events are happening in Switzerland and also nearby where you live. And there are mostly free events. There are paid events. There are master classes that you can find on. So download this app and then you find all these type of stuff to engage with. And you can also try Facebook groups. Yeah, they are actually also cool. And you can also find people at church. I personally attend C3 Lausanne. So if you are around Lausanne, Montreux, or in the Vaud canton, you can come and you will find friends. Also, one thing that I know is normal in Europe but not in other countries is recycling. Here in Switzerland, it's very important. They take recycling very serious. You don't add plastic to food. Like, their recycling rules are very strict, and you have to follow them. because if you don't follow, you get a bill. If you don't recycle right, you are getting a bill. Okay. So when I was doing my internship, obviously I'm not living in school, so I had to like find a place. And I realized that the bags for different trash is different. Yes. So they have different colors for different type of trash. Different colors of trash bags for different types of trash. Okay, so that would also help you know how to recycle and all that. But just put it at the back of your head. That is very, 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 very important here in Switzerland.